Hello, this is the Tradesight Stocks and Futures preview for Thursday, the 6th of November, 2014. Hope you're having a good trading week. Here's a look at the dollar index, the ES front month futures contract on the daily chart. You can see that we had kind of a stall out here the last couple of days. Overall, the S&P did gain 11 on Wednesday post-election, while the Nasdaq side lost 2. I should also point out that the advanced decline ratio was closed positive after a much bigger start on a gap up. But overall, I see a lot of stocks that closed. Most of my bigger stocks, I would say 80% of the bigger stocks on my list of generals closed red for the day. So that's not really a positive for the market. There's other things going on internally that we'll talk about in the lab tomorrow that might suggest that we've got a pretty decent rollover coming here. But in terms of today, again, we had a decent and pretty straightforward Monday. Tuesday, there wasn't too much to do. Election day, a little light. Wednesday, very straightforward day, and a nice green day as well. So hopefully we can get one day maybe a little bigger on Thursday, and hopefully I feel like if it's going to happen, it'd probably be to the downside. Friday, could be a little light because Fridays often are. Here's the Nasdaq Futures, also stalled out. Here's the S&P Cash Index. You can see the highest close of the year right here. Here's the NDX. Been basically flat for the last 4 days. Not a lot of excitement. By the way, if you look at the NDX, not only has it flat for the last 4 days, but before that it gapped up back on Friday. So the prior 3 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday last week, were also basically flat. So it's just gap and sit, gap and sit. It's basically what we're seeing. Here's the stocks closed at new highs. Biotechs rolled over, as go banks and biotechs. So goes the market, as they say. VIX was down again today a bit, and we had oil bounce back just a little bit, closing at 78.90. My VIX chart there goes there finally, 14.17, and oil back at 78.90 for the close. So, not a very big day considering it's post-election session. But it was steady because of the gap up for us, which we will take a look at as soon as this chart actually comes up. Let's discuss the fact that tomorrow morning, from an economic data perspective, we've got the weekly initial and continuing jobless claims number. We've got preliminary productivity for Q3 and unit labor costs. And then an hour in, we've got natty gas. Friday, we have the unemployment rate and non-farm payrolls data, so be prepared for that. Actually, something's not matching up here in my charts. It's very interesting. This shows crude closing at 77.19, whereas I have a different last price on my watch list, and the watch list is correct. So it came back up a bit. So this daily chart was not showing the most recent bar. So here's a look at the futures. You can see the gap up on the ES. Came down pretty nice. That's what got us a lot of our shorts in Costco and NTAP and Tesla. Made some money here early. The rest of the day actually the range was already covered. That's all there really was to show. Here's the Nasdaq side. This is more interesting. The sharp sell-off early. Notice that we came down exactly, filled the gap, then got our first bounce, and then pretty much established a much more flatter range. Still playing with the VWAP later in the session. So what do we expect for Thursday? Like I said, hopefully. I've no complaints about a week like this, but obviously I'd like to have one kind of really big day every week, and I'd like to see that be tomorrow because Friday's less likely to happen usually. We'll be in the lab calling it as usual, help you out, making some money. Charts, as usual, brought to you by eSignal. Have a great day.